All right, so today we're taking a look at the Ninja Pods and Grounds Original and the Ninja Pods and Grounds Special. We're gonna see what the difference between these two are and which one is actually gonna be worth it and for who. So again, this one right here is gonna be the Ninja Pods and Grounds Regular, and this one over here is the Specialty. One of the things that you're gonna notice right off the bat with the Specialty is it's gonna have a milk frother. We're gonna go ahead and get to that in a little bit, but right now I just wanna say that this is really the only visual difference that you're gonna see between the two. The other visual difference is gonna be the color. So there are a little bit different color options for the Specialty compared to the original. Now let's go over some of the stuff that they actually have in common. So first off, right up here in the front is, you're gonna see there are these drip trays, and these are gonna be movable. So if you've got a larger cup, you can go ahead and put it here. I've got extra large mason jars that'll actually fit here. So that's great if you're making an extra large coffee, or if you're gonna just have like a small little teacup, you can actually put it right here. And I love this feature because this way things aren't going to splatter and spray all over the place. Now the machine does a pretty good job of only dripping down, so you don't really have much spray in the first place, but sometimes when it falls into the cup, it could splash out and go around. So it is nice having this little adjustment up here on the front, and this is something that is shared between both of the machines. Now, as the name suggests, they both are able to make pods and grounds. So your traditional pods like these right here, so things like K-cups or just pods. Then also your grounds. Down here at the bottom of both of these, you're gonna see that there is a grounds attachment, and it's actually hidden away. So when you're not using one of the two attachments, you could actually just go ahead and put it down here. So for example, this one right here, if we take our grounds attachment out, and this is a quick look at it, we can go ahead and switch it out with our pods attachment. So we can go ahead and put that down there like this, hide it right away, and it is gone. So I really like this space-saving design that they created with this. And again, this is shared between both of the machines. So both of them are gonna have both the pods and the grounds attachments and the little storage at the bottom. Continuing here over on the side, you're gonna see we've got our grounds scooper on the side, and on this ground scooper, it will have some measurements as well. So you can kind of see those measurements. And this is nice because it fits in this little cubby right here, and I love the look of this. It is nice and flush. You can see, you can't really see it if you look at it over here from the side. It's very flush, but then when you're on the side like this, it does give it a little bit of character. If I swing this around to the other side, you can see right here, it's very flat and it's kind of boring. So I do like that they added a little bit of design over here with that spoon. Now the other thing that they share is their design. They look almost identical, and they just didn't really need to change much from the first one to the second one. It's already a great design. You can see how slim this actually is. It's gonna save you a ton of counter space, and especially for an appliance that's always gonna be sitting out on your countertop, you really wanna make sure that you're gonna be picking something that is aesthetic and also space saving. So I really like the design that they made here, and I understand why they didn't really change anything from the original to the Specialty. The water tanks are gonna be right here in the back, and these hold quite a bit of water, so you don't really have to refill these too often. Now, if you've got 3 or 4 coffee drinkers in the house, then yeah, you may need to refill them a bit more often. But you know, as just a single coffee drinker here in the house, it's nice because I only really need to refill this maybe once a week, or maybe a little bit more often, just depending how many coffees I drink. Now up here at the top, you're gonna see a couple of different button options. You've got your off and on button, you've got a style, a size, and a brew. So really simple, easy to use. As far as the style goes, you've got your classic, rich, and over ice. And then for your size, you've got your 6 ounces all the way up to 24 ounces. Now, one thing that you're gonna notice here is this one is on the pods option, and this one is on the grounds option. So when it's on the grounds option, it's gonna give you that option to go all the way up to a 24 ounce. Whereas over here on the pods option, it's only gonna give you the option to go up to a 12 ounce. So a little bit different between the two right there. And again, you can actually switch these over. So it's gonna recognize what's actually in here. So like I said, this one is the pod attachment that we have in here, and this one is the grounds attachment, and it's gonna go ahead and automatically recognize that, so you don't have to worry about overdoing the amount of water. Okay, now we're gonna get to the actual difference between the two. So go ahead and take a look up here again. You're gonna see this one is gonna have one extra style option, which is the Specialty 4 ounce. And this is a huge deal because if you're gonna be making drinks like lattes, cappuccinos, macchiatos, you wanna have a smaller 4 ounce brew almost like an espresso shot. That way you can make those drinks. So that is gonna be the main difference between these two machines, is that this one will allow you to make that specialty 4-ounce drink. So this is great because this is really gonna open up a lot of drink options for you. So if you are an avid coffee drinker, this is really gonna change the game because you want something that's gonna be nice and simple. It can make those regular K-cups and those grounds, but this one is gonna brew that specialty 4-ounce. So now you can have your lattes, cappuccinos, macchiatos, or any other coffee type with that 4-ounce specialty brew. Now, the other thing that I mentioned earlier is that this one right here is gonna have your frother on it. So if you're gonna be making those types of drinks, you're gonna need to make foam, and this is the frother attachment. So right here you can see it's kind of like a whisk. You just go ahead and put that on and twist it like that. It's gonna go into place, and then you just press this button here, bring your cup up to here, and that is how you make your foam. So you're really gonna be able to unlock a lot more drinks with this machine right here. You still got the space-saving design of this one and all the same features, but now you're just adding that ability to create a bunch of different coffee types. So do I think it's worth the upgrade? Yes, if you don't already have this machine here, then I definitely think it's worth going for this one. If you already have the original Ninja Pods and Grounds, I wouldn't necessarily upgrade to it unless you're making those specialty drinks. But you know, if you're completely coming from like a Keurig or any other type of coffee maker, or you just don't have a coffee maker, then I would highly recommend going with this specialty. So hopefully this review helped you out on deciding which one to go for.